If this is your presence, then let it rain.
Time with Rita Eluwade is a program where only the controversial, forbidden and not to be spoken about in our marriages, families, churches, schools and communities are dissected and deliberated upon. Every second and fourth Tuesdays of the month at 7:15 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. UK time. On PRZ 109.2 FM London. Rita Eluwade is a Christian, wife and a mother of two. She is an author, motivational speaker, a mentor, sexual health advisor and a strong advocate for the rehabilitation of victims of human trafficking. She has a master's degree in refugee studies and community development. She believes that sharing true knowledge in you and showing the compassionate love of God is the way forward in our global world. So join her every second and fourth Tuesdays of the month at 7:15 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. UK time. On PRZ 109.2 FM London, where she re-educate and re-empower God's people.
Hello. Wow, what a discussion we've had this evening. Oh my God. Yeah. It's good to be back on her today. This is Rita Eluwade. Welcome to Time with Rita Eluwade. Oh my God, we've been having a blast here. We've been having the serious debate, discussion on set today. So if you're just joining us, this is Time with Rita Eluwade, and my name is Rita Eluwade. How you all doing? I hope everybody is fine and looking forward to joining us today. I want to say thank you so much. We do not take your time for granted to be doing a lot of things, and here you are tuning in. I know some of you are just coming from work, and because some of you had a brief of what I'm going to be sharing today, I know some of you are already listening, some of you are already ready, and thank you so much. Okay, I would like to start with the fact that this program is for everybody. We try as much as possible to deal with controversial issues. Those issues we forget to talk about, and yet they're at the heart of our homes, communities, marriages, just name it. They're very important. So topics tonight, I thought I would share and also kind of hear your opinions. Like, you've been sending me a lot of messages via my messenger. I would appreciate it if you can do that. And while saying that, I also want to say thank you so much. There was a lot of feedbacks coming in from the celebrating women all over the world. And quickly, I want to say this to the men that have been questioning if my program is just for women. I want to say again, let me repeat this, it's not for women alone. In any area where we need change in our community, this program will try as much as possible to research and put together something that would make us have a rethink, or maybe put something together that would motivate us, inspire us to do better. So I know already a lot of you will be sending me messages concerning today's topic. I want to quickly say that is fine, but I want us to be very careful about this. Really, the platform is for us to ensure that we have opportunity to re-educate ourselves, to think about those things we sometimes don't think about. Maybe this program, after putting together, after researching and putting together a topic, you will be able to I haven't thought about it that way. I didn't see it that way. So that is the essence of this program. It's not to police you. It's not, speak to people in a disdain manner. No, actually, for us to be able to build a better global community. That's why this program, I do this program, and I can say passionate about this, because for so long a time we haven't been talking about a lot of things, and I believe there is a silent code. There is a code of silence in our communities, in our homes. So I thank God for a platform like this, where you can actually come in and share, and we would listen and be taught. So that's why I do what I do. So once again, welcome to Time with Rita. And today I would like to share something that is very important. It is very important because it is time we begin to change if changes must come. If we would like to see the next generation, if we'd like to see the next generation not wiped away or become who we don't recognize, I think there is a need for every one of us, mother and father alike, uncles, aunties, people in the community, to begin to retrace, to begin to come back to the drawing board. Now, the topic for tonight is teaching the next generation to appreciate and celebrate mothers. That is not excluding. That does not mean I'm excluding, because this weekend, we'll be celebrating Mother's Day. So that's why I just said that to celebrate the season, then we should, do something that kind of, echo the season that we are in. For every one of us, we have mothers. I used to hear this Chinese adage my mom, blessed memory, would say, you can always bring a child to a father, but you cannot bring a child to a mother. No, I don't know where that is coming from, but I know I've heard that so many times. But the thing about it though is that even in the home, as intimate, as close as a child is to the mother, sometimes they're taken for granted. And that's why I think the fathers, the men in the family, in the community, have a role to play, have a part to play in this. So, why men? Why men? I'm asking this, why men? People have already asked me this, because I actually posted something on my Facebook page today. As beautiful as the write-up was, I read it and I read it again, and it was very sincere. It was the truth. What was I saw it and I had to share it. Actually, I had a topic I wanted to share today that I've worked my butt researching and putting together. Excuse my language. But when I saw this, I had to and immediately had to this, so we all can have a rethink and probably re-educate ourselves, so that we too can be part of the architects that develop the next generation that owns the future. For every one of us that is out there listening to me today, you have a role to play in the life of people that would rule the next generation, our children. They own the future. So how are we teaching them? What are we saying to them? When I read this piece of write-up, when I read it, it kind of, woke up something in me that made me to today's topic. Now, without taking so much of your time, I would like to say that everybody, fathers, mothers, uncles, aunties, brothers, sisters, just name it, we have a role to play in forming, in shaping the next generation. There is no need to point fingers right now, and there is no need to start saying we've got it wrong, because we still have, time to rebuild, to reshape. There is still time. So now this takes me to the question: do we think that we are putting enough? We're teaching the next generation enough? Do we think that we're putting enough in our next generation? People that will rule the future, for them to be a success? Are we doing enough? I think we are not. I am guilty, just as you are. So if I take this from the home setting, before we told otherwise, we grew up in a setting of a mother and a father. Although there are a lot of divides on that, but I'm praying that that still remains that. What we know as having a mom and a dad, that's the tradition. But however, that is not the debate, the topic I want to talk about tonight. What I'm talking about is that in a home, as I know it, you have a mom and you have a dad. And as it is, there are gender roles, especially for us coming from Africa, from Asia, and even the Caucasians. Some of them still believe there are gender roles. Moms nurture, and we tend to do that so effortlessly, efficiently, and dads, they bring the bacon home. So we've known this for a very long time, and our children, they've seen this. In most homes, they've seen this. However, there are homes where there are single moms that are doing, the work of a dad and a mom, and they're doing it very well. Now, if you are a father and you are in a home where mom is the homemaker, or some would like to say it, the house keeper, it's like the housewife. I'm trying to say this in a way that nobody is offended tonight, Then you are the man, you go to work, and you are maybe an engineer, you're a doctor, you're a teacher, whatever you are. And there is a wife that is the housewife. Do you think she doesn't work? Now, I talked about something that I posted on my Facebook, and I saw it. Somebody posted it, and I saw it. I shared it on my platform, and the response has been, "Whoa!" This is the conversation. I would kind of go through it a little bit. It says, this is a conversation between a man and a psychologist. So the conversation went on the psychologist. He said, the title is "My Wife Does Not Work." That's the title of this piece of write-up. Then the conversation started like this. Psychologist: what do you do for a living, Mr. Tolu, Mr. Tunde, Mr. John, Mr. Whatsoever? Then he said, I work as an accountant in a bank. Well, like every conversation. Then the psychologist said, your wife? He said, oh, she doesn't work. She's only a housewife. Wow. Only? Then the psychologist said, who makes breakfast for your family in the morning? Oh, the husband quickly responded, my wife, because she doesn't work. Okay. Then the psychologist went again and said, at what time does she wake up to make breakfast? This darling husband says she wakes up at around 5 a.m. because she cleans the house first before making breakfast. Wow. And she's not working, you think? Then the psychologist went again and asked another question. Said, how do children go to school? This fantastic husband said, my wife takes them to school because she doesn't work. I don't know what that is. Then the psychologist went a little bit further. After taking your children to school, what does she do? Oh, she goes to the market, then goes back home for cooking and laundry. She doesn't work. I think by now this man ought to be ashamed. Then the psychologist said, what does your wife do then? This special husband said, she prepares meals, serving our kids, preparing meals for me, and cleaning the dishes, cleaning the house, then take the kids to bed. Wow. The psychologist could not handle it anymore. The psychologist said, whom do you think work more from the story you've just told me, from the story above? Who do you think works more? The daily routines commence early in the morning to late night, and you call that as not working? You call that as she doesn't work? The psychologist asked. Now let me quickly put this in. Yes, you say she doesn't work. What do you consider as work, Mr. Husband? Mr. Man, what is work? Teaching our next generation must now be intentional. If really there is a husband out there, has a wife that does all this, and you consider her not to be having an impact, not to be playing a role in your home, that is the greatest sin of all. One would expect this dear husband to appreciate the fact that he wakes up in the morning, food is set on the table, the children are ready, are fed, the house is clean. This is not to to down any man or anybody. This is for us to begin to take notice, because the more we do this, we don't teach our children, especially our sons, to appreciate the roles of female, the roles of mothers in the home. If your wife takes care of the family, make sure she's the nurse, she's the driver, she's the handyman, she's the whatever, everything in the home. And when it's Mother Day, you don't teach your children how to appreciate this fantastic, relentless, resilient woman in your home. How can the next generation learn to appreciate women? Now, let me quickly add this, that this program is not about gender. It's about us having a rethink. If there is any man out there listening to my voice today, try and have a rethink. The little impact that wife of yours makes in the home, appreciate it. This also goes for women. Appreciate your husband. But due to the fact that we're celebrating Mother's Day on Sunday, I am saying this to kind of encourage men. If you have never celebrated, if you have never taught your children, if you have never educated your sons, who are the next generation? Who are the leaders of the future? If you've never done anything to teach them to appreciate their mother, then you have missed it. Help them, show them, teach them. I specifically say men, fathers, because you have a leadership role in your homes. I'm quite sure if you tell your sons, your daughters that this Sunday is Mother's Day, I want you to start thinking what gift you want to give your mom. The kids will say, I don't have money. Say, don't worry, pick something. This is the budget. And mind you, African women don't like flowers. Not all of them like the roses. Okay. You can ask the children to ask mom. Don't just say, oh, everybody buys rose flower. Let me just go and get 2 rose flower and chocolate. Has she been buying flowers in the house before? Don't start buying flowers on that day. Hey, you can do better. Her favorite restaurants, book it. Give her a voucher to go get something for herself. Let it be recorded. My children got me this. She knows her children don't work. That is you, Dad. That is you, dear husband, doing that. So what tends to happen? By you doing that as a man, you're teaching your children, you're leaving a legacy that even when they get married, they know what to do, they know how to appreciate, they know how to help their children build the future. We don't want our kids to be superheroes, supermen and superwomen when we've not taught them. It is our responsibility to begin to lay foundations that would stand, that would hold. You know, it's so funny how every father, every mother took first in the class. When I was in school, I was always the first pupil in my class, the first student. I was always taking the first position. If every dad and mom took first, so who took second? Who took third? So now, coming back, if we want change in our communities, in our homes, in our marriages, this is a very good start. This is a very good beginning. Sunday, in a few days' time, it's Mother's Day. It's a celebration of Mother's Day. Some men actually sent me messages. They said, oh, the last time you're celebrating women, now it's Mother's Day. Come on, guys. We're going to celebrate you. Father's Day is Father's. We're also going to be buying the slippers, the stockings. We're going to be booking you to do the pedicures. Okay. And whatever you like. But you see, as leaders of your home, whatever your wife does in your home, it's not common. It's not just, oh, she stays at home. She's a housewife. No! Do you want to swap? Let her go to your office and just do a presentation, write some, do some report, do some Excel spreadsheet. Then you see how it is to sit at home and have 2 years old and have 4 years old that you take to school and have the whole house messy. Then you go to the market, buy the things. Gee, It's not equated. This equation is not equal. You cannot equate it. And that's the reason I am passionate about this, teaching the next generation to appreciate and celebrate mothers. This has nothing to do with selfishness right now. If we have a picture of what we want the next generation, the future to look like, then we have to start putting the blocks together. We have to start working. We have to start reshaping, rebuilding. It starts with appreciation. Oh boy, if a mother is appreciated, if a mother is shown love and appreciation by her husband and her children, God, she skip her walking, skip her heart skips some beat. She walks in a special way. She kind of like feel as if she owns the world, because the people that are the most dearest to her, they appreciate and they love her. Oh, let me share this before, one of the men I spoke to about this said, why will I celebrate my wife? Is she my mother? I have my mother in the village. Hey, no. Nobody is saying not to celebrate your mother. You're missing it. This woman is the mother of your children, and she's home with you, taking care of you and your children. If truly you want the next generation, if you want to impart, you want to be part of the architects that mold and form the next generation, then the work starts now. Starts with your children, molding them, developing them, reshaping and teaching them in love. When they grow up, you leave a legacy, because you might not be there when they start having their wives. You might not be there, and if you're there, you have no say in that matter. But it's this little impact that you make now. Hey, come on guys, do you know this Sunday, 2 weeks time is Mother's Day? Have you planned anything? Did you make a card? Okay, what do you want to buy for your mom? So, invariably, guys, I'm saying, take your children to the shop and buy your wife very good gifts. Let them feel loved. Let them feel appreciated. And if you really want to extend this, there are mothers all over our communities. There are single mothers. There are women. There are women grandmothers. There are women that have no children. There are women that their kids have left home. A box of chocolate to your neighbor. Happy Mother's Day. Guys, wouldn't that be nice? If Mrs. Smith down your road gets a Mother's Day card, Happy Mother's Day to you from number 15. That would be nice. And truly, and that's how we change the future, the next generation, because as we do these deals, our children are watching. The owners of the future are listening. They are watching. Ladies and gentlemen, as I round up tonight, the future belongs to our children. It is now imperative that we begin to build our children so they can own the future. Mother's Day celebration is just around the corner. It will be a sin. I haven't listened to this program for you not to celebrate your wife, the mother of your children. Yes, she's not your mother, but she's the mother of your children. And I know, as you push your children in the right direction as a leader, true leader of your home, only positive will come out of it. Only positive will come out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Rita Eluwade, and the program is Time with Rita Eluwade. I truly hope that so many of you out there, this year, Mother Day, will be a loved one, a changed one, and everybody would have had an impactful. Wives would have felt loved. Husband would have felt proud of themselves because they've done something that is different. I want to say thank you so much. I wait for your feedbacks. I wait for your messages through messenger, and I would keep on responding. This is Rita Eluwade on Time with Rita Eluwade. Have a blessed evening, and if you are in the other part of the world, have a blessed morning, afternoon, until I see you again next time.
Time with Rita Eluwade is a program where only the controversial, forbidden and not to be spoken about in our marriages, families, churches, schools and communities are dissected and deliberated upon. Every second and fourth Tuesdays of the month at 7:15 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. UK time. On PRZ 109.2 FM London. Rita Eluwade is a Christian, wife and a mother of two. She is an author, motivational speaker, a mentor, sexual health advisor and a strong advocate for the rehabilitation of victims of human trafficking. She has a master's degree in refugee studies and community development. She believes that sharing true knowledge in the things we do and showing the compassionate love of God is the way forward in our global world. So join her every second and fourth Tuesdays of the month at 7:15 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. UK time on PRZ 109.2 FM London, where she re-educate and re-empower God's people